Dr. Halimah, and today's lecture is number 7, and the title of our lecture is, as you can see, what is simultaneous interpreting? Now, simultaneous interpreting, by the end of this lecture, what you are doing, or what you can do by interpreting, you can define simultaneous interpreting. You can define disparate simultaneous, and then you can define site translation, and then we will do some practice by the end of the video. So please pay special attention to this lecture while recording the heart of interpretation, and I'm sure you'll hear talk about simultaneous interpreting. But let's take bit by bit and say what does the term simultaneous interpreting? You interpret as source language text is and simultaneous interpreting is used as a shorthand for spoken language, SI. And when you are doing simultaneous interpreting, normally you see sound loop, simply small group and sound loop modular with the headphones. So it is simultaneous, it has something to do with spoken language interpreting, and is do interpreting through oral translation as the source language text is written, or as someone is talking, or as someone is speaking. Here, we need to explain how it works. In simultaneous interpretation of interpreting, what happens? Participants wear headphones. In the conference room, there are so many participants. So they wear headphones, and the interpreter, the one who renders speakers words into target language as he or she is speaking, sit in a small room with headphones, and so many people sit in a different conference hall with headphones here, so that the speaker speaks and the interpreter listens through the headphone to the speaker, and at the same time interpret. And the participants, people who are attending the conference, listen to the translation or the interpretation through their headphones. So this is simultaneous interpretation. Now, what is required by the interpreter? Number one, it has to have very good concentration on what's going on, what's being presented, what's being said, so that he could interpret and perform the job properly. So you need to focus, you need to have sound-proof room, you need to have your headphones on, you need you need to be on your own. It is always advisable to be on your own so that you don't hear somebody else's speech, so that you jam what you are listening. So it is like a solitary confinement, I can say, on your own in this little room with the headphones on, with a lot of focus, concentration. Nobody is distracting you, and you are listening to the speaker. Where is the speaker? The speaker is in a different place, and probably far away, probably downstairs, probably second floor, probably. But you will hear the speaker, and probably you will see what he is saying. See, especially nowadays. Just a week ago, I did some work on Turkey. Exactly, simultaneous interpretation. I was taking a look in and all technical equipment and headphones, and there was a screen, a nice screen, and I saw all the conference people, participants in front of me, and people who are delivering the speech. So I see them when they started. I listened to the speaker through the headphones, and then while I'm listening, I started to translate. Now what I said, of course, participants in the conference room hear and they understand this. Now, this type of interpreter is really used only when there are so many participants in where there is a lot of information you want to convey, and meetings and conferences where there are, a number of people who can participate. There were about 300-400 people listening. The United Nations, for instance, is the highest type of conference. So this is the case. Here, let me, before we move to another type of interpreter, there are some people, be aware, some organizations or some conference organizers try to give the interpreter some guidelines. For instance, if someone is going to deliver a speech, and you are the interpreter for this conference, it would be a good idea to help it to really perform his or her job properly. If she had a look, at least half an hour before the speech is or half an hour before the conference is held, or the interpreter starts. Why? Because when the interpreter have a look at the speech, then he would have an idea about terms, about words, about the ideas, about the genre, about the type of the text. Is it political text? Is it economic text? Is it social text? Is it educational text? What kind of speech or what kind of conversation is going to be given in this conference? So when he has the opportunity, or when she has the opportunity, to have at least a look at a copy of what's going to happen, especially if it is formal speech. But if the speech is improvised, in other words, it's just without preparation, then it is a good idea as well for the speaker to meet before the conference starts with the interpreter, telling him or her, look, I'm going to talk about these ideas, this is my topic, these are this is the nature of my subject, so, sort yourself out. This would happen. But some organizers, some people, rush you into who to interpret, and then you are alone. You can either do it or you are in trouble. See, it's not that simple. It's not that easy. It is very, very challenging. I went through this and I found it challenging. It needs a lot of experience. It needs a lot of practice to be able to do this job. See? So please try to practice on your own, and we'll talk about how to practice and how to train yourself. Now the second type, the second type of spontaneous interpretation is called whispering or whispering spontaneous interpretation. Now here, what does whisper? This is whispering. Now what happens in whispering spontaneous interpretation? The interpreter is seated or sits or stands among delegates, among people, and interprets directly into the ear of the delegates. So you have 3 people, and you want to interpret something. You just whisper. This is one way of doing it. But you have to be aware that whispering, interpretation or interpreting can be used only for very, very few delegates sitting or standing close to that. Or these delegates, people sitting together or standing together, you whisper. It is mainly used in bilateral meetings or groups where only few delegates do not share a common language. Bilateral meetings too. Why do people use whispering instead of consulting? Because it saves time. Instead of taking notes and taking time during considering interpretation, they use whispering. And sometimes as well, the whispering interpreter will use headphones. Why? In order to get the best possible sound from the original speaker. Sometimes he uses headphones. But when you use headphones, you really have clear access to the voice of the speaker, and of course this will happen. Now, how to? This is really whispering. It could take place between, for instance, kings or queens or presidents. You sit here as an interpreter. I'm sure you must have seen, for instance, president of this country, president of that country. Both of them, have different languages, and he would sit here. And the interpreter between them, and he would whisper. Of course, not together. He was like this, but he would whisper of this president. And this be president of an Arabic country. You will speak, you will listen to this person and then interpret. So this is, again, it could happen in conflicts where you don't want to really disturb the patient. You whisper this for her ear, and then you listen to her and you whisper to the doctors. So, but if you want to really train yourself about this kind of simultaneous, you need to really practice a lot of speaking, of listening and speaking at the same time. Can you do that? You listen and speak. You listen and speak. You listen and speak. This is very important. You can practice this. And there is a special type of exercise. They call it shadowing process. It's called the process of shadowing. Shadowing is the immediate repetition of auditory input in the same language with either minimum delay or at a greater latency ratio. Now, if shadowing, it means you speak in Arabic and you speak in Arabic and you speak with him, you repeat what he said, what he has said. Or he speaks in English and you repeat what he has said in English. So this is an exercise which helps you to improve your interpreting abilities. It's called shadowing. He speaks in Arabic, you repeat with him immediately. Can you do that? He speaks in English, you repeat after him or her immediately. Can you do that? And when you practice listening and speaking that well, and when you practice shadowing process, then hopefully you will be able to interpret these things. So shadowing is really used to repeat content of the message. So you can do paraphrasing. You do paraphrasing. In other words, you explain, you repeat what the content is about in your own shadowing. So all these exercises, help you to improve yourself if you want to practice them. Now, it is very important if you are practicing interpreting and you want to become an interpreter, you want to really focus on the process. What kind of strategies? How you can really improve your ability to interpret better? Can you, for instance, cope with the lexical and structural difficulties of English language, or can you cope with the lexical and structural difficulties of the Arabic language? So you need to say, okay, how can I do that? I need to focus on subject, verb and subject, verb, object. You need to really be able to analyze the structure of the language very well. And why? Because this helps you to learn. Don't worry about the product. Now, you need to think of this process, what's going on in your mind. How quick you can process information. If you are slow, forget it. You need to be really quick, fast in processing information. Processing information based on your analysis of the lexical and the grammatical information in the text. So you need to be aware of all these issues when you are learning. Okay. Now there is the third type of interpretation called sight translation. Sight translation means you look like this. You look at the text. It's a special form of interpreting that can be used as preliminary exercise or even as an application. In other words, if I want, for instance, to test you and see whether you are really good to become an interpreter or not, before I accept you to become, for instance, an MA interpreter, if you want to do, for instance, MA in interpreting English, Arabic language, and then you need to go through so many tests, introduce and even an aptitude test. An aptitude test, you look at the test, you look at the text, and he will say to you, or she will say to you, okay, translate this to me over. You look at the text and you fire it. You know, so this ability to translate from sight translation is not a simple matter. No, it's really good. If you can look at it, you can read and translate. So those among you who are really interested in interpreting, you know, they need to follow this up. And when you finish, for instance, when you finish your degree at Faisal University, inshallah, if you want, you can continue whether at this university or at other universities, or even in the young universities. I think Qatar there is an institution now of interpreting and translation studies. It's mainly producing or graduating students with MA in translation and interpreting, and then they could qualify you to become an interpreter, broadcasting interpreter. You don't have to go to Britain to do this. Not here. Now, I'm sure there are so many partners and institutes or universities which qualify you to become interpreters. If you are interested, you know, write to us and we can really find out what to do. Okay? This is a really very good job, by the way. Become an interpreter, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I don't want to mention how much, but it's really, really a lucrative job. If you can really do it, but you have to be somebody different from the rest to become an interpreter. As we said, by a lot of focus and so on. So really, you know, it's spoken language. I mean, interpreting or spoken language or simultaneous interpreting, really, or whispered interpreting. All these, you know, types of interpreting, you know, could be, you know, practiced, could be learned, could be exercised, and could do it if you want to. So what we have covered so far, we talked about simultaneous interpreting, we have talked mainly complex interpreting, we talked about sight translation, we talked about whisper interpreting. Now I will give you just a couple of examples as we agreed. Now if you want to interpret, for instance, the following into Arabic, 43% of households believe their finances will worsen in 2013 compared to 24% expected to improve. يعتقد 43% من أصحاب العقارات أن أحوالهم المالية ستسوء في عام 2013، وذلك مقارنة بنسبة 24% من الذين يتوقعون بأنها ستنحسن. This is one example. Probably some people among you can do better than it. It's okay. But as long as I am being accurate with the information, and I am being, giving you the idea, and quick, and it serves the purpose. You've understood this. This is what matters. If we want to go for the other one, consumers are praised for another year of austerity after the Chancellor's autumn statement failed to lift the gloom that has descended on the UK economy. يستعد المستهلكون إلى سنة أخرى من التقشف بعد أن فشل تصريح وزير المالية الذي أصدره في الخريف أن يزيل غمامة أو الغمة عن اقتصاد المملكة. It's okay. It's not perfect, but this is how we can do it. Now we move to the Arabic one. interpret the following into English. كشف المتخصصون في التربية والتعليم أن 30% من الوطن العربي يعاني من الأمية. Specialists in education have discovered that 30% of population in the Arab world suffer from illiteracy, stressing that if this continues, أنه في حال استمرار نسق التعليم الحالي مكافحته فلن يكون قادرا على التحقيق. If this continues, then we will not be able to really fight it back and achieve equality between women and men, or between gender, or two sexes, men and women, before 2020, or even achieve basic education in the society before 2050. وقال الدكتور فهد القحطاني الدكتور فهد القحطاني said, he is a professor in curriculum and methods of teaching at King Abdulaziz University, to Ashraf House of Newspaper, that in spite of progress achieved in adult education, but the Arab world still have this kind, the adult education, below the required standard in terms of achieving goals of giving education to all. He also stressed that all of us are aware of the intensity of the problem and the challenges that encounter that the Arab world, the Arab countries encounter. So this is very quick and very fast and briefly an example of it. So, I have given you examples to do, so please practice all these examples, and hopefully will improve in your interpreting performance. I'd like to thank you very much for listening and watching me, and I wish you all the best, and thank you very much. Thank you.